International, through True Botanicals' real science and proven results, have created a holistic line of anti-aging products for skin, body, and mind, holistically reversing and preventing the aging process. For a free sample, go to wellness.miriam.com and call and text Stephen at 1-604-603-5477.
If the challenges of these times we're in are weighing on you and you feel disillusioned and not supported even after years of personal growth work and spiritual practices, then working privately with spiritual coach Deborah Laval will give you the insights, perspectives, and tools to navigate through the challenges. So to become more grounded in the love that you already are, write to Deborah at info@deboralaval.com. Are you suffering with pain? Do you have concerns about your bones? Or are you trying to slow down the aging process? Then listen up. Dr. Oz said this is the future of medicine. Pulsed electromagnetic frequencies. To find out more about a natural way to help the body heal itself, contact JP at 604-603-5477 or go to Deborah Laval's homepage and click on the link to his website.
Omega Institute, offering workshops, retreats, and online learning dedicated to awakening the best in the human spirit. With a 40-year track record, pioneering holistic studies, and helping more than 1 million people find a deeper sense of purpose, Omega is known the world over as a trusted source for an integrated approach to personal growth and social change. Located in Rhinebeck, New York, just 90 miles north of New York City, Omega's natural environment and quiet pace allow for extraordinary experiences to unfold. Learn more at eomega.org.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back, everyone, to Living in Quantum Love here on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, heard every Thursday at 4 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern, and 1 a.m. and 1 p.m. Pacific. So, we have heard about what Lana's rose looks like, and I was talking about the big giant rose that was blue. It is blue, and the hip is well attached to the rose and to the stem, but it's a little bit pressed. It's usually round, and it's a little more oval shaped. I looked at your rose in relation to the sun, and then seeing your rose is right underneath the sun, and remember that's whatever representing source energy. But right now, I'm seeing you're a little closer to the sun than you usually are, and there's some red energy in between the sun and your rose. So let's go back and interpret that. So the openness of the rose, and as I said, it's like completely, fully open, suggests that the growth period that you're in as spirit, and we're always in a growth period. It never ends until we do. This is you're coming to the end of an enormous growth period where there's so many petals. That's why, and it's so open. It's like every aspect you could possibly have put away in one rose, you've done it. It's like the master class of roses, just gigantic. And the color is extremely important. Really, I guess to me, the most important part of the rose. And it's blue. It's that beautiful sky blue. That vibration is a healing vibration. So in some way or another, you have been healing pretty well everything. Your physical life, your relationships, money, work, diet and exercise. It looks like, it's just everything that would be in a big glossy magazine, everything. So you have taken the last, and to me it looks like it's a huge growth period. So it's been I'm going to say maybe up to 2 years. It might be 1.5, but so I'm seeing, spiritually you're very strong. You have had lots and lots of past lives, and you've got a lot of information within yourself, and you're capable, really, really capable. And so even though that this has been a whole lot for you, and we can probably talk about that more in the question part, but I just see your stem is straight and the roots are deep, and so you've got a lot holding you up, as it were. I'm going to talk about those softer petals that were a little bit more on the sort of grayish blue.
Okay. Okay.
But those petals don't belong to you, and that's why they are not thriving in that rose. So you've been, besides everything that you're doing personally, you've been also dealing with somebody having energy of other people who sort of, let's see, honored you with some of their healing work, and but those ones, they were sort of clogging up your rose, I'll say, but now they're soft and they're getting ready to leave your rose, because you've made changes about that. That's the one major growth period I'm seeing, or information that you got from this growth period. With we can only heal ourselves, and we can never heal anybody else. We can assist each other, but we cannot take on the energy of others. And when we do, we pay for it in some way or another. It makes it more complicated, be draining physically. It can interrupt your whole life. And you've got such a huge heart, and you're so compassionate, and you really want to be helping as much as you can, people as much as you can. And from that place of love, you've been opening and opening and opening your heart to others and helping people out all the time. But I'm seeing you got into an imbalance there with taking on other people's energy, and they're mostly the energy that they want to have repaired, give it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's been actually a lifelong reality, I'd say, for you. Your openness and your desire to be of service, and that maintains itself. It's strong. But it kind of took you this huge growth period to get to kind of at least really begin to get to the sort of bottom of taking on the energy of others as a healer yourself. As I said, there's a red bud in the middle of your rose, and this rose is huge and open. You're coming very, 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 very close to the end of this growth period. So the next one is already showing up in the middle, and that is red. And red is manifest, manifest, manifest. So it's taking, I know. And it has to do with life energy too. So physical changes in having more, the redness of it suggests just everything about having a healthy body. And it looks like that's something that you really love. You don't really do it to be in style or anything like that. But I'm seeing that this growth period has been so intense that you kind of, you could only do so much, and you let go on a wayside kind of how you like to run your body, and how you like to, meaning how you like to eat, how you like to exercise, all of those things. And everything, like reading and walking and just everything. You've got a good relationship with your body, and but in this last growth period, it's been so big and so involved with others that you just didn't have enough energy really to do it. Now you've got way more life energy coming through in the next rose, that red one when it comes up. And yes, manifesting. Because also underneath, I'll say, all of the spiritual work you've been doing, you've been also being having some challenges about money things, but you're underneath it. You're really clear on what you want and what your life to look like, and by that, when it's in the red, it's like, where are you going to live? What kind of work are you going to maintain? What about relationships and money and abundance in that form? You have a lot of abundance anyway. Your spiritual abundance is huge, but this is more of a physical manifesting. But as I said, it's just that little red bud in the center at this point. And it's just so cute because it's like saying, hang in there, hang in there. Here I am. It's going to be so good. And, yeah, it is. So look at the hip of the rose. The hip represents communication of a type. It's physical communication, telepathic communication, the inner voice, which is body to spirit and spirit to body, and communication with beings without bodies that you might call guides or angels, and also communication with your source. So you're a very competent, a competent communicator for sure, but a lot of fun in that communication. You love communication. It's every type. It's like, okay, yeah, bring it on. I love all of it, and you're good at interspersing all these different kinds of communication within your system. But I'm seeing that there's a bit of pressure. The hip is usually round, and your hip is more oval shaped. And that is outside communication coming at you, and it's sort of a way of, the word that came up was retreat. So you kind of push yourself down, but there's still pressure there. It hasn't lifted yet. But I'm seeing it, it's showing up in the reading, and you're showing it to yourself so that it looks like that's a big healing project that's going to be coming up about communication, and it looks like you just really are revamping your whole system. But there's a really nice energy in it, and it has to do with you receiving. That's why it looks so good. Receive. Yeah. And your rose is right under the sun, so you're right aligned with your source. And as I said, you are a little bit closer to the sun than you usually are. It's usually good to have a space in between the sun and the rose, because it leaves a space open for communication. You know how we're always more comfortable with a little bit of space in between us. Same thing as here. Yeah. And but you've been this has been one big growth period, and it makes total sense that you would move right up into your source energy and say, I know I'm in your hands. I know everything is good, but please, come on, give me a little bit of help. And there is tons and tons of help, and actually that ties up with the receiving. And it looks like, of course, your source is always there for you. That's why it's the source, and providing for you. But that's what is a challenge for us as people, is to receive as much as we get poured on us. And so that, as I said, that's shifting for you on the hip. So it looks like that's what's going on. You're going to be able to receive more from God of your heart.
I'm looking forward to that.